Well, we are back to day 2 of our summer holidays 2018 as we continue eastbound along the Trent Severn Waterway. We just passed through our first lock of our second day, which was great because we were the only boat in the lock. Now, it's always nice to be the only boat in the lock because you don't have to worry about being too close to somebody or getting a bad spot in the lock. So that was good without incident. Beautiful. The sun's starting to peek out a little bit. It's a very warm day today. Again, it's a sweaty day, but we have a little bit of a breeze. The only problem with that is the breeze is coming behind us at about the 5 knots that I'm traveling right now, so we're not feeling it as we move along with the wind. But it's nice when we stopped at the lock, felt the breeze blowing around. So that was lock 38, the Talbot lock of the Trent Severn Waterway. Not very significant, just another little lock along the system. This patch between Lake Simcoe and the Kirkfield Liftlock, that is number 4 of 5 that are all in close proximity. And the next one that we're just coming up to very shortly is the Bolsover lock in the community of Bolsover. And once we get through there, we have to pass by 2 swing bridges, which more or less, landlocks the boat in there. If you're not through the swing bridges at the end of the day, you're not going anywhere. The end of the day being when the Parks Canada shuts down the locks. This time of the year it's 6:30 in the evening on the weekends, and I believe 5:30 during the week. So if you haven't gotten out, you're not going anywhere. But that said, you're between locks anyway, so you're not going anywhere for the evening. So we're going to just pass through Bolsover. I'll show you what that looks like as we carry on for today. And Anchor Girl just brought me some cherries, so I'm going to enjoy those. It's neat to watch the depth sounder increase in depth as we move up through the lock. This will be the last lock on this trip that we will be doing this. Sorry. No, that's right. This will be the last time we'll be doing this on this trip, absolutely, because this will be the last lock that's going up in a conventional lock, because the next one is going to be the Kirkfield Liftlock. So the water's not going to get any deeper. In the tub there, we will just be rising up in the air, and you'll see what that's all about when we get there. And then after Kirkfield, it's all downhill. Yeah, so we just passed through Bolsover Lock, and it looks like that's going to be the last lock of the day. We're going to hit Kirkfield Liftlock next. Lock staff was just telling us that there is heavy rain, severe thunderstorms coming. She thought in around 1 o'clock, did she say? Yeah. It's 11 o'clock now, and it's 11:06 by the GPS. And I just looked at the weather app, and close by it's talking about rain starting, some heavy in 93 minutes, an hour and a half. So
yeah, they've got the warning out here already.
Yeah, we're in a weather warning, so we're gonna go to the Kirkfield Liftlock. I would like to go to the top of the liftlock. You want to do that and overnight there? Because there's the long wall there, and it's more to see. But we'll see. We'll see when we get there and see how busy they might be. But it looks like it's going to be the Kirkfield Liftlock tonight.
I might miss this.
Yeah, it might and might not. So looks like that's our destination for today. We're not getting too far, but whatever. It's holidays. Okay, so Anchor Girl was just informing me, because I wasn't privy to the entire conversation with the lock staff back there at Bolsover, that there are 5 boats coming all together. And so we're lucky that we got ahead of them. Again, this lock all by yourselves, probably the same at Kirkfield Liftlock. So that would be nice to get up and through and tie up at the top, and then we don't have to worry about going through that lock tomorrow.
Well, there's lots of room there.
Oh, lots of room. They got a 1,000-foot long tie-up wall. Okay, swing bridge is open. Now we're coming up to a small marina called Sunset Cove Marina. Simply because if you're docked right there where we're facing and looking back
towards us, that's where the sun sets, and it's a little cove, so it's kind of self-explanatory. Anyways, the very, very first time that Anchor Girl and I ever came through the Trent Severn Waterway, 15 or 16 years ago, and I'm gonna look that up. We stayed right there, right where you see that pontoon boat tied up. That was our first ever overnight mooring along the Trent Severn Waterway, and it was so awesome.
Yes, awesome and very inspiring was the word for our first ever overnight here along the Trent Severn Waterway. I'll never forget. We were on our the 26-foot Sea Ray, Boogaboo Doo, and we had a portable hibachi type of barbecue at the time, and I marched it up the hill, set it up on a picnic table, had a nice cold beer, and Johnsonville brats for dinner. First time I ever had those too, and they were so good. And it was such an eye-opening experience to do that, to get away from our marina, stay somewhere totally brand new. We carried on from there. We stayed at a little marina at Rosedale the following night, and it was basically the whole trip. But it opened my eyes, and we're still doing it.
Okay, this is the last little cut past Bolsover. We've cleared Bolsover, the village now, and this is going to take us out into Canal Lake, which is really just a flooded river. Oh, there's that smell. Every time we come through here, you can smell the trees, the green. Oh, and you get a hot day like today is, and it so smells like summertime. It's awesome. And
Cedar.
the cedar, yeah. Every time I smell those trees, wherever I am, I instantly am brought back to this place right here. Again, nothing much, nothing special, but a lifetime memory for sure. Now this is the body known as Canal Lake. And we have to head across over to that bridge structure, which is about 2/3 the way across the lake, and that is known as the hole in the wall.
Guard radio, press out Coast Guard radio, press out Coast Guard radio. Updated marine forecast for Georgian Bay with squall watch in effect. Listen to the continuous marine broadcast channel 2 on Bravo, out.
Now, the first time we came across here, Canal Lake, there was a whole series of markers, red and greens, running through this section of the lake. And they took them out. They took a whole bunch of locks. They took a whole bunch of markers out of the entire system about 12, 13 years ago, just because so many were redundant, and just one less thing that they had to worry about maintaining. So if you ever come through here for the first time and you're looking at the older paper charts and you see all those markers, and you come here and you say, oh my God, there's only 2 sets of red and greens, don't be disconcerted. Even the chart plotter that I'm using is showing, the cartography is showing 1 red that we're coming up to. It doesn't even show the green and nothing beyond that. So it just depends. So again, study your charts. Try to understand what's there, but also you have to see it with your own eyes. Look at the lay of the land to see what you're up against. Now, the last few times we've been here on the other side of this bridge, the hole in the wall bridge coming up, the markers are still there, like because it's a lot more swampy there, and they want to try and keep dropping down the middle. So many people have hit deadheads coming through here. Like I was mentioning, this was initially just a creek. I think it was called Grass Creek back in the day. And when the Trent Severn Waterway was built 100 years plus ago, this lake was formed, as many were when they built the system, just as a result of flooding. They changed the elevation of the water, so it all flooded back. And so this is basically a flooded out creek bed. And that's why there's a lot of seaweed in here. Apparently it's really good for fishing if you're into that kind of thing. And especially on the other side of the bridge, it's very seaweedy, and that's why the markers have to stay keep you in tight. And again, any deadheads or whatnot that come down in the spring or even throughout the system, they get caught up on the seaweed. And then the bigger boats come through here, because remember there's a lot of big boats that are doing the America's Great Loop. And of course they kick that up, and then boom, you hit. We hit, first time we brought the 400, Go to 4 through here back in 2013. Wasn't a big hit, but it's just a clunk to let you know it's there. We hit one like that a little while farther back yesterday, and the folks that we were talking to yesterday afternoon, having that pleasant conversation with, the loopers from the States, good friends from North Carolina, they hit coming through here, and he was pretty concerned about it, so much so that he thinks that his one of his props got dinged. So he's gonna have a look at that when he gets to Georgian Bay, I believe. So just be aware of that. It's all good.
Security. All stations. This is Prescott Coast Guard Radio. Wall watch in effect for Lake Simcoe. For details and updated forecast, updated recreational boating forecast. This is Canal 21 Bravo out.
Okay, as you just heard, now the squall watch, which they had announced one for Georgian Bay, which is more to the northwest of us, has been extended to Lake Simcoe, which it seems like we're really a far distance away, but Lake Simcoe is probably no more than 10 miles behind us right now. So again, that is squall watch, of course, part of the thunderstorm warnings that are showing up on the apps right now. And heavy rain. Anchor Girl, I don't know if the camera was rolling when she was talking about it, but they're saying up to 100 kilometer an hour. Yes, my dear, which is 60 miles an hour. And how much rain? 70 millimeters or something? 7 centimeters. That's a lot of rain in a short period of time. So we're going to carry on and get to the Kirkfield Liftlock and park it for the night.
See, now that we are past the hole in the wall, you can see on the other side of the easternmost part of Canal Lake how the markers are all still in place all the way through, which are shown still on the charts. So we're through Canal Lake, east side, and now we're going into the cut that will take us up to the Kirkfield Liftlock. Just gonna pass some big boats coming out our way and see what it looks like when we get there. Because behind us it looks like the storm is approaching rapidly.
Now it's only 20 after 12, but we have secured ourselves for the short term anyways. Hear that? The wind is starting to really pick up. There's like a shelf cloud here, and just as I shut down the engines, the thunder started, so it looks like we're gonna get it, which is fine. It's still early in the day. If it pounds all afternoon, then this is our home for the day. If not, if it clears up in another hour or two, then we'll carry on. We'll go through the Kirkfield Liftlock and maybe try to get to Finland Falls. A booming. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the boat. Help Anchor Girl. Button up. Okay, if you can see Anchor Girl in the background, right about there, we are now into the Kirkfield Liftlock and going up. The rain has dissipated and looks like we have a small weather window for the 2.5 hours that's going to take us to hopefully get to our anticipated next stop at Finland Falls. But here we are going up the Kirkfield Liftlock for the first time on this boat.
Nice blue sky.
Yep.
That was good timing
Yep.
for the other boat.
Yep. And look at that. Very quickly, we are pretty much to the summit now of the Trent Severn Waterway, which this is. Yep, and blue skies coming. Now that we've reached almost to the very top of the lift on the Liftlock, yeah, gate's going down, and so what that's going to do is introduce an extra foot of water into this bucket, because how it works is the upper bucket, there's an extra foot of water which adds something like 1,500 tons of weight, which pushes down and then pushes up the opposite cylinder for this one. So when we get to the top, just to equalize it, they add a foot, so we're going to make sure our lines are slack. And the bitey flies are out again. But yeah, the summit, the apex of the Trent Severn Waterway is right here. And right here now, the markers turn around. We were red right up, and now we're going to head downstream. So we're going to be green on the right, heading downstream. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe so you don't miss any of the new videos coming out. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Daily updates there, and always lively conversation on Facebook, so you don't want to miss it. And you can also follow us at boatsbeachesandbars.com, where you're going to find even more links to all sorts of neat things, including our online store. And you'll find all the links to everything mentioned up here, down there in the description, so you'll have no excuse not to follow along. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.